Hey guys, I'm Sam and today I'm going to be comparing two sunscreens on the Indian market, the SPF 50 Multivitamin Sunscreen by Minimalist and the Deconstruct Lightweight Gel Sunscreen. Both of these brands have been around since the beginning of the skincare revolution in India. So I think it's really interesting that Deconstruct took a little longer to come out with a sunscreen, but when they did, it was very similarly and competitively priced with the Minimalist one. While both brands sell 50 grams of the product, Deconstruct costs about 350 rupees while Minimalist costs about 400 rupees. You can't usually get over 10% of discount on Minimalist, but on Deconstruct I could find up to 15%. If you're shopping on Sublime Life, you could use my affiliate code Not Too Shabby to get an extra 10% on top of that. So in terms of value for money, I think Deconstruct wins. Let's talk about the Minimalist sunscreen. The multivitamin sunscreen by Minimalist is pretty well loved by Indian skincare enthusiasts. I'm pretty sure all of us have tried it. I've already reviewed the Minimalist sunscreen on my channel before. They changed the packaging recently, but the formula is still the same. The new packaging is a tube with a screw-on lid, which I find a little bit inconvenient. This is a chemical organic filter sunscreen. It has octocrylene, uvinol T, and I love that it's fragrance free. And it's very easy to get out the right amount of product. It spreads out really easily and it just takes a minute to sink in. It has a dewy-ish skin-like finish. It works well under makeup. It works well on top of most skincare that you use in the morning. And it doesn't sting around the eyes when I apply it. But you cannot use it on top of oily products because it does pill on top of oils. Now let's talk about the Deconstruct sunscreen. Note that the SPF listed is higher, but the PA rating is lower on this one. This comes in a tube as well, and I much prefer the flip top cap that it comes with. This is also a chemical sunscreen. It uses more traditional filters like avobenzone and OMC, but I don't really mind that because the formula is gentle. I really wish I'd gotten my first impressions of this product on camera because this consistency is so interesting and strange. It's very similar to a lot of primers that I see used on the market, like the Benefit for Professional primer. But it's nothing like the other sunscreens that I've used. It is kind of gelatinous and like it sticks to itself very well. But when you're using it, if you rub it too much on your skin, it will pill up. So you kind of have to spread it like peanut butter on your skin and then just let it set. And when it does, it actually is very mattifying. It leaves your skin looking super fresh, like you just washed it and you didn't put anything on. I would not put it on top of an oil-based moisturizer. Again, it will pill on top of it, very similar to the Minimalist sunscreen. A lot of us wear makeup these days, so let's see how the sunscreen performs on top of my favorite concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Very long wearing and a great formula. We'll rub a similar amount of the Deconstruct and the Minimalist sunscreen on the swatches and see what happens. When I reapply the Minimalist sunscreen, it breaks down the makeup on my skin and it looks a little bit greasy. When I reapply the Deconstruct sunscreen, it actually does not break up the makeup on my skin. I said break up the makeup. So it doesn't dissolve my concealer or foundation or anything. It just goes on as a layer on top. But I will say I think it does have a very fine, like light white cast to it that makes your skin look kind of dull once you layer it on like 2 or 3 times, especially if you have drier skin and it's like the oil is not working with it to make it more, I guess, transparent. Neither of these sunscreens drip when you sweat, but they also don't need to be double cleansed. So I'd say that both of them are water resistant but not waterproof. So which one would I recommend for universal use? I actually would say that they are on par with each other. I would definitely suggest the Deconstruct sunscreen for those of you who have very truly oily skin. This is going to mattify you and keep you fresh looking. But if you do have dry skin, I feel like the Deconstruct one can dry out after a little time. So I would suggest the Minimalist sunscreen for you guys. Also, I think the Minimalist sunscreen would be great during winters, whereas the Deconstruct would be better in monsoons and summers when your skin is naturally a little more oily. Personally, because of my combination dry skin that gets kind of oily during PMS, I like both of them equally. Okay, I kind of lied. I was being diplomatic, but if I had to only repurchase one, it would be the Deconstruct. I don't hate the Minimalist one. This just has a unique formula, it works well under makeup, and it's better priced. I want to add on a serious note. I don't want to sound like a broken tape recorder, but if anybody from either of these companies is listening, please make this in a bigger size, like 80 ml or like 100 ml at least, so that people who do like the formula can buy it and then use it for longer without wasting so much packaging. It's really important for us to keep in mind that you have to use a really large amount of sunscreen every day to actually get the required sun protection, and putting sunscreen in tiny little bottles that have to be used all over your face multiple times a day is going to discourage people from using the right amount. I hope this video answered any doubts that you had about the two products and which one you should buy next. If you thought this video was not too shabby, subscribe so that I can see your face again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Will you guys be trying either of these sunscreens? I don't plug my Instagram often, but we do a lot of polls there and decide on content ideas, and I respond to all my DMs, so come hang out with me there. Okay, now bye.